Welcome to Leaders on the Rise. I'm Lydia Pierre, founder and CEO of Pierre Branding Group. We help create stories that resonate with audiences to forge unforgettable, unique brand experiences. These stories ultimately become infused with all aspects of the client's branding, thereby turning entrepreneurs into media celebrities by growing their authority and helping them build partnerships with top influencers. We believe that every person has a unique message that can positively impact the world. Stick around to the end of the show. We'll reveal to you how you can be our next guest in 15 to 20 minutes. Let's go. Hello there, and welcome to Leaders on the Rise. I'm your host, Lydia Pierre, CEO of Pierre Branding Group, and we have an amazing guest with us today. We have Miss Sherry Battle. She is the Millionaire Mentor. She is helping make millionaires everywhere she goes. She has her company, the Entrepreneur Dream Team, and I'm going to go ahead and just have her to let you know more about who she is. Welcome, Sherry.
And hi, and thank you for having me. Such a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you for being with us. And tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you become this millionaire mentor?
Well, I became a mentor because it's something that I tend to enjoy. I enjoy seeing people succeed. Mm-hmm. I happen to be very good at what I do.
Right.
And because of it, I am very confident that I can pretty much teach anybody how to build wealth, period.
Awesome. And you yourself, you are a self-made woman, self-made millionaire. What made you decide that I'm going to be a millionaire? When did that happen for you?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't. I actually created my own business, and in doing it, it was a modeling agency. And I loved what I was doing. I was having fun while I was doing it. And it was my accountant that pulled me and told me that I had made over $1 million. I was 29 years old. And when she was telling me, she had this sense of I wanted to be excited, but because she kept telling me about taxes and things and this and that, my head was going, no.
Wow.
But at the same time, I was very inquisitive and very interested and intrigued by what did I do to get there? Because I really wasn't trying at all. It just happened.
Right. So what did you do? Did you have to reverse engineer and kind of retrace your steps and figure it out?
No, I went straight to her. I set an appointment, and I had already told her that I wanted to see, what I did. I wanted her to show me exactly how I got there. And when she showed it to me, a light bulb, it was an epiphany for me. Mm-hmm. A light bulb just went off. There was no other way for me to become nothing but a millionaire based on what I was doing and how I was doing it. It was just, and for the most part, most people think $1 million sounds so big because all of our life, you say $1 million, a millionaire, and it just sounds so big and, not tangible.
Right.
But based on what I was doing and my numbers, there was never a way I could never not be a millionaire. And because of it, I am an engineer by trade. Mm-hmm. So numbers is my game.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, all I did was sit down with strategies, how to be able to do exactly that in various ways, many different ways. And so I became a multimillionaire real quick.
That's amazing. And
I was 29 years old when that happened.
Wow. And it just that quick, you realize that $1 million isn't as much as you thought it was. Huh?
It isn't. It's the perception of what people have branded it as, because it clearly isn't.
Now, do you think that was done intentionally to keep people out?
I do. I think that, even the perception of what a millionaire looks like is always a white male in a suit, and many times with gray hair, and this is clearly not at all the truth.
Right.
I belong to an organization that I tried to become a part of for years and couldn't. And I married a circuit court judge he was a judge. He wasn't the business mind. I was the business mind. But as soon as I was married to him, and it's always more than one way to skin a cat. Mm-hmm. So I applied for him to be a part of this organization, and they accepted him right away. And because of that, I became a part of this millionaire club, a multi-million-dollar club. And, and the fact is, all of those years, I wanted to be a part of it because I wanted to be a part of this stereotype, this picture of what they have taught us what millionaires look like. Right. And the people who were there didn't look like that. They didn't look like that at all. Like, they were regular people with flip-flops on and shorts and t-shirts.
Yes. And
I was like, what? This is what I've been wanting to be a part of all of this time. They're just regular looking people. I mean, I wanted to be up the elite.
But I love that. Yeah, I love that, because what that did is it helped you break that mindset of, man, I could have been here a long time ago if I had known this was all it was.
Yes. I mean, I'm more elite than these people.
Right. You already had that millionaire essence, that millionaire aura. Yes. You just didn't know it because, like you said, it's been branded to look like something it's really not.
Exactly. And that's what's so funny about it, because, we as people have picked up so much of what society has painted for us. They've been able to do that through TV, through newspapers, through magazines, and all of the media that they had total control of. And so I'm so excited to be able to share with people that this is not the way it is. In fact, right now, we got so many Black millionaires now that they're not even showing that. They don't tell you that, and they're not even making people feel like it's happening, and it is. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's why my goal is to make 100 millionaires, and I don't really care who becomes a millionaire. I want to make people see that they can do it, because it's just anybody can do it. Like, I have a person as one of my mentees who's 77 now. He was 74 when he came to me, a Russian Jew, barely could speak English, and he is one of my millionaires. Mm-hmm. So if he can do it, he can't hardly speak. Even this at this time when I talk to him, I barely can understand what he's saying. And the truth of the matter is, if a person can do it who can barely speak, he followed to a T what I told him. He was very, very consistent and persistent on what I told him. He didn't differentiate ever. He was straight up following my instructions. I loved him as a student.
That's awesome. Awesome.
And then I have students that were in their 20s, now they're in their 30s, but they're millionaires. Like, there are people like nobody would know what they are, except for that generation tend to show off more. But, the truth is they still are. And they did come through me, and they're my people. So my goal is to actually, once that happened, it was like an epiphany for me to actually, you know what? I don't just have to show, because most people come to me just to increase their income for, they're getting ready to retire, or they need some kind of supplemental income. They're scared because it's almost getting ready to run out as far as their job is concerned, and they need to make sure they have income. So those are the people that normally comes to me. But then it's the people who want to create a business. Those are the people that I focus on. Now, there are 4 things that I do. I help people start a business from scratch. Mm-hmm. I assist people who have a business that is existing, but it's not at all making the money it could make. So I help them to leverage, and I help them to scale their business so they can see that they can make money. And what I do, I evaluate whether it's worth doing that. Because sometimes you can have a business, but you're killing yourself doing something that you can do something else that's so much easier. And really, we have been taught the harder you work, the more money you make. And really, we need to work smarter, not harder.
Preach. Oh my gosh. Gosh.
life is so much easier than people make it.
Yes.
And I can tell you, I have started people who didn't believe. They still say, I can't believe it was like this. I can't believe it's this easy. Sure, I can't believe, like when they start, I have them stepping with one foot in and one foot out. And I was like, look, you either going to do this or you're not going to do it.
Right. It's a mindset.
Yes. And the bottom line is they just were so scared, and the scare, their fear was sabotaging their success. Mm-hmm. And I am I'm a locomotive. I'm pushing, and I am so focused. I do not allow people to stray. Right. And so I realized that I should do this for, a lot of people. I'm going to start a tour, and I'm going to have meetings of only 20 people, not a whole bunch of people at one time, only 20 people, so I can make sure they're on track and everybody wins. Because when they leave, they are set to be able to do what they need to do.
That's amazing. And I was going to ask you, how important is networking to what you do? Because you said yourself, when your epiphany came, when you became part of this group of millionaires, and then you realize, oh, is this all it is? And then that's when it kind of opened up the floodgates for you. It's like, man, anyone can be a millionaire. So how important is networking for you, for what you do?
To be honest with you, because of what I do, and I am successful and my people are successful, I'm kind of stingy with sharing myself with people, because there's so many people out there that are promoting things that's not true, or they just got a little piece of something and they got a little money, and now they are showing people, but they really don't have the whole, they don't have all of what they need to really be teaching people. Right. And I don't want to connect myself with people who are not truly there.
Understood. Yeah. I really get that, because there's a lot of, not so to speak, imposters, but like you said, they come into a little bit of money and all of a sudden they're the experts on how to make this money, but it doesn't really mean they're teaching.
Because you have to have
a lifestyle. They're selling lifestyle.
It's a foundation, and it is a skill.
Yes.
And it comes from years and being seasoned. And when the pandemic hit, and everybody who was such an expert for Airbnb, and they were all sunk. They all were struggling. They were all dead. They were all flat. And our people were riding high. We never missed a beat. And that comes from a seasoned entrepreneur who knows exactly what she's doing. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I am clearly good at what I do. I do not miss a beat. So you're not going to lose with me. I am going to make sure that you're right, because when you win, I win.
Right. Yes.
We are a team. That's why it's an entrepreneur dream team.
Absolutely.
So you will win with me. All you need to do is follow my instructions. There are people that will not, they will get that money and start running and forgetting what you taught.
Right.
And when they do that, I catch that. I pay attention to things. That mother that's in the way, that knows and see everything, even in the back of their head. That's me.
Yeah. That's amazing. And I love how you even put together private groups in order to make sure that they have the tools and the resources that they need. So talk to us about that private group that you have where you're trying to help them reach 1 million on their own terms.
Okay, so I have a private group on Facebook. It is private. You really can't see it because it is private. And the only people in that group are my millionaires that came through me. And I am only going to allow those people to be in that group. So I am at this time working on 2022, 100 millionaires for this year. And everybody who is working towards that with me are going into that group, because they're all going to be a millionaire. That's how it goes.
Right. And they're all going to culminate. This whole thing is going to culminate into a conference, you said, in Vegas, correct?
Exactly. So in July, by the I won't say the day because it might change, but in July, I plan to have a conference in Vegas, and everybody who is in that group that are millionaires under the Entrepreneur Dream Team will be there. So when we have this conference, you will be able to meet each and every one of those people. You will hear every one of their stories, whoever story that you feel related to and what they did and how they did it. You can actually be in their group under them. And we're all going to have a session, a workshop on what they did, how they did it, and that person can show them how to do exactly what they've done.
That's amazing. And I think it's great that you're putting millionaires with other millionaires to not only, because it's about those connections and about not being the smartest person in the room, right? It's exactly. About being open to learning from others and just continually being that student. Because like you said, some people get the money and they run and they forget everything you taught them. But if you stay around those people who are constantly learning, constantly building, because there's next levels. Just because you hit that $1 million mark don't mean you're done. If anything, that becomes your new floor, right? And now you got to get more millions because now you realize, oh, this was nothing.
Well, $1 million isn't nothing. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. But if you have the proper mentor, never forget your mentor. Even when you make your money, you don't forget the mentor, because the mentor can help you go to the next level. And what we do, by the way, with the Entrepreneur Dream Team, we have projects. We have our own projects that we allow our students to invest in. We have projects that are $1 million, $1 billion projects. And our students can invest in those. We help them. We walk them step by step on how to build wealth. And when I say build wealth, I mean real wealth, not just some little. I, in fact, just had somebody that I'm mentoring who came in, and she's got a great job. She's getting ready to retire. And she wanted an additional $30,000, $40,000. I said, well, we're going to do at least 50. You know, what do we need to do 30 or 40? Where do you get that number from? Right. You know, because it's so easy for me for her to make that. That's not a lot. And one project could put her there, like very easily. She'll make that. You know, so what I'm saying is we have projects such as Airbnb, wholesaling. We own our private island. We own a bed and breakfast. We have a tiny home village. We do all of this stuff from scratch. That's amazing. Okay. And so when you are a part of, like, the tiny home village is being processed now, we own a hemp farm. So all of the things that we have, as you can see, it brings money. We allow our students to invest in the stock market. They don't do anything more than just put their money in, because they don't know how to do anything with the stocks. You just put your money in so you can have your money growing.
Right. You have your money working for you.
And diversity is key. Do not put all of your money in one pot.
Right.
Okay. So a lot of times people say, oh, you can't do all of those things. I have been doing all of these things for a long time. And if you take a look at me, you will be confused at where I am, what I'm doing, how I got there. I actually invest in my students. For an example, if my students don't have enough money to invest, I will go in half with them so that they can. So they're going to get, if you come through with me, you are with me and I'm with you. It's a team.
That's amazing. That made my heart warm. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's why we do so well. And that's why it's hard for me to but I vowed this year that I will be more open to, joining forces with some other people who are doing this kind of thing, because I am a part of an army. I want to be a part of an army. I really want to network with people, but I just don't want to get caught up giving credit to people who aren't deserving of that.
Right. No, understood. And also, I know you have a workshop tour that you said you're going to be launching soon. And let's talk a little bit about that, because I know you have some dates coming up. You have an April date, you have a May date, and it's leading up to the July. Let's talk about that. How's that tour going? What's it called?
So, yes, it's called
This Is Your Start.
This is your start. Yes. Thank you. This is your start. And at the end of the day, you have to start somewhere. Right. You have to start somewhere. And the only way you're going to start is with one foot forward. And, yes, it's scary, but so what?
Yeah.
The only way you're going to do what you need to do is to take that step.
Yes.
And the key is to take a step with somebody who is already successful at what they do. And you know that they are not going to fail you. If a person is going to invest their own money in something, then they are interested in your success.
Right.
You cannot lose from that.
Oh, no, that's amazing. That's amazing. So in April will be the first one?
Yes. April 26th.
And where will that be?
It will be here in Virginia. I am in Virginia.
Okay, awesome.
And Norfolk, Virginia is where I am. And my first session will be there. And then we'll take it to Atlanta, Georgia.
Yay, that's where I am.
Okay. I will be in Atlanta, Georgia in May. But you'll be able to look. Actually, I'm promoting it right now. It's April 26th for the Virginia one. And for the May one, I have to look at it because I tell you, the dates are running through my head.
Yes, yes.
I have so many different things going on. I don't want to say the wrong date, but
no worries.
It is in May. And again, I'm only going to take 20 people. I'm trying to do people in different states so that 20 here, 20 here, 20 here. So people can get a piece of it,
right.
From, that most people will say, well, Virginia people don't make any money, or North Carolina people, they don't make any money, they're a country. Well, no, I'm going to show you that anybody can make this money.
Yes.
Anybody can make this money. So let's do it.
That's awesome. So anybody could be a millionaire.
Anybody can be a millionaire. All you need is a proper mentor.
Awesome.
The problem is many people who have made it, have done really well for themselves. They're so busy making it that they forget everybody else.
Yeah, they don't reach back.
Yeah. And, at the end of the day, the more the merrier. Believe me, the more the merrier. And it is so much fun to see people's face light up, and they're in such it has to be more to it than this. No, it's not. Just stay focused. Don't make it so easy, because a lot of times your mindset can really put you in a disadvantage.
Yes, yes.
Because when you think you're so far ahead, you tend to take those trips. You tend to take those massages. I'm not saying you can't take a trip and you can't take a massage, but if you find yourself doing all that stuff just for Instagram and all of that, it's just absurd. It's absurd. It's a waste of money. And if you're trying to reach a goal, believe me, you can take as many massages and many trips as you want, like I do. Okay. But you got to get there. You got to put the work in. You have to follow the protocol. You have to follow instructions and do what you need to do to get there. And once you do, because some people's happiness is so much less than $1 million.
Yeah.
So many people are happy with that $30,000 or $40,000 extra a year. You would be surprised. I myself, to be honest, I come from a large family. I'm a twin. Under me is another set of twins, and right above me is a single. We are also competitive. In my life, in my household, all my life, we were so competitive. So it was when I was in my business and I was doing exceptionally well in it, I realized that people weren't competitive. And that was because I needed some fashion photographers for my models. And I put out a big ad and all of this. And what was coming to me was so poor. I was in such disbelief, this. I can't believe somebody would even send this. This is what I'm getting. I had to go back to New York to get my photographers to do what I needed done because people weren't competitive. And that was my first time I realized that people weren't competitive. I was well an adult at that time. I was graduated from college, modeled in Europe, came back. I was seriously grown. So, it's all in your head, that mindset. And so in my life, all I saw in my household was multi streams of income. I didn't see anything else. So thought it was normal. Like I thought everybody was doing that. And I was shocked to learn when I saw it that maybe that's why I'm ahead, but I didn't, at the time, I did not know. I was just racing. I was just doing my thing, just being competitive and being me. And I just realized that, I actually, I'm so cocky at what I do. I'm so good at what I do that I thought I could bring some people in who really didn't like me from school. They didn't really like me in school, but I said, well, shoot, I will take them in. I will show them how to do it. They will then show all the other people that didn't like me how great they are, so they can also join me. But it didn't happen that way. Okay. And because that person was trying to sabotage what I was doing. And then after I cut her off, she actually literally sued me to get back in my group.
Wow.
You ever heard of that?
No. Wow. Sued you in order to be with you. But when you have something great happening, you have something great and they don't have access to it.
Right. I mean, well, in her case, she came to me with nothing, and she was making a lot of money at that little bit of time that she'd been with me, but she was comparing herself with another person who was doing better than her, but she had an ocean front and she had an ocean view, and she was mad at that because she wanted both. She wanted the ocean front, but she had already gotten the ocean view and she wanted the ocean front too. And I was like, no, everybody's going to get their turn, and so you've already gotten yours. She's going to get this one. And they were both talking to one another, boasting about how much they were making. And so she was mad at what she had made versus what she had made, but they both were making good money. Right. So she got in her own way. She sabotaged her own self. And no, I will not work with people who are combative. I will not work with people who are troublemaker. I will not work with people who's not focused. And this is something I do because I want to. It's not because I have to do it. Right. It is something that I love doing. It's something that is fun for me. It is something that I get a lot out of. I really love it. That's amazing. Because of that, I will continue doing it as long as God allows me to.
That is amazing. That is amazing. And I love that you are so passionate about it. And it shows on your face. It shows in your voice. And it's just a blessing to be in a position to help others the way you are. And breaking those mindsets and breaking those barriers is really, really key in helping them see that you can be a millionaire also. And it's not what you really think it is, first of all.
It isn't. And it's foreign to them because of that. It's foreign to anybody. And to most people, they withdraw because they think there's no way I could make $1 million. And, even if you don't, I tell people sometimes, when I have these consultations with them, you don't have to make $1 million if you want to make $50,000 or if you want to make $25,000. Just it's extra money, it's money that, you find most people that just barely, live from paycheck to paycheck, don't have any savings. They're just living regular because from generation to generation, they've been doing the same thing that somebody else taught them, or that's how it's always been. So they don't know any different. But if somebody is here in flesh telling you, I can help you do it, and you don't take advantage of that, then shame on you. Yes. Because I don't know how many people are going to do that.
Amazing. Amazing. So if someone wanted to take the next step with you, what is it that they need to do? Because I see your website is entrepreneurdreamteam.net. But if they want to take that next step, what do they need to do?
Okay. My website is masterclass with the ES, masterclasses.entrepreneurdreamteam.net. Okay. And I just recently changed it to that just because I want people to be able to, if they cannot, you have to become a member to be one of my students. And once you become a member, then you can choose whatever discipline, whatever project, whatever class, whatever you want to do. We have a consultation. We talk about it. I am good with studying what people can afford to do. And as long as a person is honest, there's nothing that we can't work out for you to be able to do something to be able to make money. Okay. Because there's so many ways to make money.
That's amazing. So they just need to go to your website,
masterclasses.entrepreneurdreamteam.net.
masterclasses.entrepreneurdreamteam.net.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. And how do they find you on other social media channels?
Okay. So I am Sherry Battle. That's SHERRY Battle, BATTLE. And believe me, you'll see me. I got quite a few.
You'll see her beautiful gold hair.
Yeah. You have my Instagram. I have the Entrepreneur Dream Team for my Instagram. And I also have Sherry Space Battle.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if anyone is looking to become a millionaire, definitely connect with Sherry, because it's not what you think it is. It's not as serious as you think it is. And she can definitely help you break that mindset, because that's what it is. It's about having that mindset that allows you to be able to move past those things that are keeping you back and holding you back. So having a mentor is very key in that space. So having someone like Sherry by your side, partnering with you, pushing you along the way is really key to being able to have someone who's been there, done that, and seen it. So to be able to help guide you along the way. So you wouldn't leave your house without the GPS on to know where you're going. So exactly. Don't go on this mission without Sherry being your GPS and your guide throughout. So
I do want to say one more thing, and that is, one of the things that I have found in this journey, I have, like last year, for the first time, I declined quite a few people to become one of my students. And that was because they have come from somewhere else who have burnt them. And now they're coming to me, and they have this stress, and they're, they're reluctant, and they're slow, and they're moving in a way that I can't take the time to deal with. One of the things I want people to do is to be mindful of who they choose to be their mentor, and who they give their money to. Check these people out, because people are so vulnerable that they listen to people who have a good hype, a good game. They're talking a good game. They sound great, but many of them aren't millionaires. How do you teach a person how to be a millionaire if you're not a millionaire? Because obviously, if they could be a millionaire, they would already be.
Yes.
So, that's important. You don't let people sell you a pipe dream. The bottom line is, with real estate, and I do a lot in real estate, it's public information. You can just look it up.
Right.
People can't just tell you everything and it sounds so great and you want to be a part of it, and you start giving people your money, and then you don't have any money left, and they done took it, and now you're coming to me and you had to get a loan and all of that kind of stuff. When you come to me, we have a team, and our team, we have people to help you with your credit. So you can come to me with your poor credit. You can come to me just as you are. So we're going to make you right. Okay. So we have everybody you need. We have the funding. We have funding for, we got you. So just come through and just talk, and we'll tell you what you need to do. We will get you right. If you become a member, you're going to be fine.
Awesome.
That is amazing. They become my babies.
Yes. Become their mama bear, and you're very protective of them. So that's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. And I feel it through everything you're saying throughout your conversation, and just your heart. We could see your heart as you're talking. So definitely it's very great to see someone like you, not only helping others, but doing it so sincerely. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for giving back in this way, because like you say, you don't have to do it, but you're doing it because you love what you do. You want to see people happy, and you want to break those mindsets that keeps them from having everything that they desire.
They are the ones that help me. They help me get the word out, because the millennials, especially, they don't know how to They don't, by the way, our motto is silently making boss moves. So they're supposed to be silent, but they don't know how to be silent.
Oh, I like that.
So they really do help me with them doing all of that stuff. That's who brings me my people, because I'm not really that good with social media, but they are, and they are out there just spreading the word. So I'm happy.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Sherry, for being on Leaders on the Rise. And thank you for being a leader in this space and really helping to make other leaders as well. Because you're a leader when you help build other leaders. So I thank you for what you're doing and your contribution to society in that way, and for making millionaires everywhere you go. That's amazing. That's so dope. Yeah. So thank you so much. And again, check her out at masterclasses.entrepreneurdreamteam.net to learn more about how to become a millionaire and the millionaire strategy that she has in place for you, as well as her workshop tours that are coming up in April, as well as in May, and the millionaire get together, the big one in Vegas in July. Make sure you are there. That means she can help make you a millionaire before July.
Yeah.
So you can be part of that. That's how easy it is.
Yes. It's going to be exciting. So yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Amazing. Thank you again for being on with us. And that is all we have for you for today, everyone. So be sure to check her out. And thank you for tuning in to Leaders on the Rise. I'm your host, Lydia Pierre. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Lydia here. Thank you so much for listening to Leaders on the Rise. If you are a successful CEO, founder, C-suite executive, decision maker, successful business leader, or an influential entrepreneur who would like to be on this podcast, please visit pierrebrandinggroup.com/podcast to apply. If you got something out of this interview you would like to share on social media, just do a quick screenshot with your phone and text it to a friend or post it on the socials. If you know someone that would be a great guest, tag them on social media to let them know about the show and include the hashtag #LeadersOnTheRise. I love seeing your posts and guest suggestions. We are regularly putting out new episodes and content. To make sure you don't miss any episodes, go ahead and subscribe. Your thumbs up, ratings, and reviews go a long way to help promote the show, and they mean so much to me and my team. Want to know more? Go to our website, pierrebrandinggroup.com, or follow me on LinkedIn and Instagram at Lydia Pierre _. Thanks for listening. We will see you next time.